I play dominoes almost every day. Somebody comes to play dominoes with me.
That's good. Do you want to play a quick game?
Sure.
Okay, good.
You'll be sorry.
I know.
Hi, I'm Julie Garvey. I'm part of the family that owns Flora Springs. In fact, Flora's my mother. And the story of our winery goes back to 1978 and a search that my parents had for a number of years to find the perfect place to grow grapes. And this was a property that a lot of people had looked at and said it was too neglected, it really was too big of a project. But for my parents, it was something that really lit the torch for them, and particularly for my mother, who loves her garden, who loves to plant, who loves a good challenge, and this was the place that called to her. She said, "This is where I want to be."
There's so many wonderful things about Napa and St. Helena, and I think I just fell in love with that property, and that was it. Beautiful. The outlook was so beautiful. I loved it. And Dad did too.
These are the original stones that were used to build this winery sometime about 1885. We've never really found the cornerstone for this building, but this was built before Prohibition by a couple Scottish brothers by the name of Rennie, who were highly educated. Their uncle was Sir John Rennie, who built the original London Bridge, which is now in Lake Havasu. And when they came here, they had so much ideas and the thrill, I can just relate to them the way we had the thrill when we started and still have now.
Well, actually, it was the time in our life to change and to have another interest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think the winery was very good and the property was very good.
My mother, Flora, really lives up to her name. She loves things that are alive. She loves to plant things. Even to this day, people bring their dying plants to her and she will bring them back to life.
I like being outdoors and I love to see what came up.
And that's what she did here. When my parents first moved here, they would spend part of the week here and part of the week in San Francisco. And while she was here, she would plant things all over the place, and it was our delight to run around and try to find them and keep them living so that she could come back the next weekend and rejoice on how much they'd grown. The water behind me is an old reservoir that is so deep we've never been able to find the bottom of it, even when we've emptied it to try to do repairs on it. It's historic because the water in this reservoir is capturing the water from the springs on our property. And during the time when railroads were so important in the valley here, it actually was piped down to Rutherford, where it was used for the railroads to cool off the steam engines. We've called the winery Flora Springs after these two life-giving things, our mother and these springs that flow through drought and through the ages uninterrupted. And so we see that Mom is the spirit for this family, for this winery. A spirit that we embrace and love.
I say dominoes.